And I'm curious who's going to be playing that Jet. I wonder if it'll be Mixwell.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what Carlos was playing. He was rocking that Phoenix. A little spicy, a little hot, you know, trying to bring the heat for his team. We'll see if he brings back that Phoenix. I think, obviously, you know, caster analysis, the Breach fits that role a little bit better. Better flashes, better utility. But hey, if Carlos likes to run it back, if Carlos likes to run it back, let him run it back.
You know, according to the statistics on Split, Phoenix is a decent sub-in for the 5th. That's actually like Phoenix's most common map in general. So, looks like we are ready to jump into the pistol here, as it is Spain versus the UK. You've got Carlos here on long, taken down quickly by Link with the classic. So an early player advantage here as the Phoenix is dropped in the pistol.
Yeah, and now the rest of Team Spain trying to find their way back towards the B site, as now the push will be called through. Crip trying to do some damage, but it's Yuri that will be the one that falls. And they just push in straight through to Labs and get so much done. Now with that spike going down, they're going to try to finish things strong as they get a flawless round. And just already it's over. Blink and you miss it, but it goes over to UK to start us off.
I mean, I think that UK could potentially be one of the stronger teams competing in this event. So looking here, we don't have the Jet coming out. We've got a Viper. So Mixwell rocking the Viper. We've got the Sova from Vitinho, and then Carlos on that Phoenix. On the opposite side, much more standard on the meta. They do rock that Raze instead of the Sova, which we're used to seeing as that classic 5th. But on this map, I actually do really enjoy that Raze, especially with that short control, using those nades. And also the Roomba can be very beneficial when it comes to clearing out hookah. Speaking of hookah, it does look like you've got a couple of bodies built up in that territory. There's the peek out from Yuri. No flash to lead them in. But it's going to be Yuri who just gets a couple with that frenzy. So a great start to the round here for the defensive side of Spain.
Now we're actually going to see Crib. He's going to get a little aggressive. Shorty not going to pay off in its Boaster. That'll find that frag. Now down to a 3v3. Still held up in wood, but looking towards that B site. And with a minute left, they can still call that rotate over Bixwell. Finding one. It's quickly traded away. The conversion is real as they find two. And Vitinho, the last one standing, but he's got a Phantom. He's going to see if he can find those last two members.
They double port with that spike back over to A. Are they going to anticipate this? Well, now they are. Tripwire goes into his belly, gives away the play and the position. So now this is a difficult one to try to bring back. It's already a 1-on-2. The equipment has been gathered up, though. That Phantom going to potentially give him a little extra oomph as he tries to work his way back in towards the site. You've got the Cypher sticking on the default spot. Sage playing inside the showers. Ooh. And Cryptix, pretty sure that was ADS as well. The burst shot straight to the face of the Sova.
Yeah, that's one of those scenarios where I wonder if you save the weapon. The Phantom being such a crucial aspect early on, you know, especially round 3, having that for the next round. But they will still have the economy to buy across the board. We're only seeing, so far, 2 Vandals out of, 5 or, Phantoms. So still, like you were saying earlier, not really the adaptation over to the full Vandal buy just yet, but still Team Spain now looking a little better. They've got the weapons to play. We'll see how Team UK are able to answer back, because it's always that 3rd round buy that isn't that great despite winning 2 in a row.
Flash comes out, but there's the dart right into the belly. So that aggressive play to try to take an early fight on long B doesn't result in much. But the attacking side kind of leaning a little bit more towards that B side. You can see the Raze is lurking over on A outside of showers. But on screen and company, starting to gather up some control outside the B site. What they don't realize is that this is a 3-player hold. So you've got Phoenix, Brim, and Sage all playing defense over on this side. Yuri playing towards the elbow, the Brim back behind Tunican, and Carlos inside the Tunican. You can see on the free play or the free cam here just exactly what's about to happen, as there's players over on long. Meanwhile, over on the A side, you've got Sova using the Owl drone to try and spot something out. And as they send that Owl through, are they going to see these players over in hookah? They might have spotted one, but do they anticipate the number of bodies coming in from this territory? Nade goes out towards the backside of site. That's going to be difficult to get away from. The ult comes out. Carlos has to swing wide, doesn't have a choice. I like the play here from Yuri, boosting up over top of the smoke, using that wall to get some verticality. but it doesn't pay off. Soka's,
Oh.
meanwhile, over in the window, not able to take down Mixwell. Mixwell was right on top of him, just kind of fumbles around with the Bulldog. Fatino coming through from spawn, making things a 1-on-2, and now able to get that final elimination onto Cryptics as well. The spike will be defused. Great retake, but really fumbled away a little bit there by the player that was over in the window.
Yeah, great play coming out from Team Spain. Mixwell. That was almost a very scary situation. We're going to have a quick look at the replay just to see how it unfolded. Fatino getting a great open, but that snake bite really helping take down Cryptics. And that was all she wrote for that round, putting up one on the board for Team Spain. Now moving on to that fourth, we are seeing maybe not the weaponry that both teams would like to have. A Bucky ranging from a Bulldog all the way up to a Phantom. And on the opposite side, Boaster having stuck with the Ghost. So varying components to these teams, but the big difference maker is Spain have heavy armor, whereas Team UK are missing just a little bit. So we'll see how they react, see how they play around that, if that's going to be a big difference maker. Could be down to, you know, the single-digit HPs just because of that armor advantage that Spain have, but we'll see if that will be the case as they are poised and looking towards that A site, at least to start us off.
You've got Mixwell over on short. I don't think there's a one-way orb down, or is there? I hear the orb pop. It's a possibility there's that one-way orb on top of the double boxes over towards the A site. So that might slow things down just a little bit here for the UK. Makes things a little bit more awkward trying to work your way in. There's the smoke coming down, and they're going to try and get close to that smoke. Potentially pop a play right on the other side of it. You've got Mixwell in position, waiting in the cubby, and you've also got the Sage ready to throw down a wall back behind the APC. So there's the arrow coming out. That gives them all the intel. There's the one way we were just talking about, and they're trying to get back behind it, but this is a difficult play coming out. And the one way not really helping Mixwell out, but it is slowing down the push.
Yeah, you're in a great position there, but they'll call that rotate over. And Carlos, he's in the position of a lifetime. The patience. He's going to wait for them all to funnel through, but can he get the headshot? He finds two, mows him down, can't find the third. And now a 2v4. The rest of the team are looking towards that B side. Mixwell with one. The Bucky not going to do it as Mixwell will find two. And a beautiful play coming out from Spain.
Carlos just sitting in that corner waiting. Great patience coming out here as well. Just waiting, waiting, and waiting. Finally pouncing. You got to wonder, though, if he had like a Phantom instead of a Bulldog, does he get that third one? Probably. The recoil doesn't necessarily get as far away from you. And on top of that, you're not dealing with that slow fire rates. And there you can see the lineup and the toss from Mixwell on that one way for short. There's another one over in Showers as well. You can drop it right on top of the like little lip line on the door outside of Showers. And that was actually a big piece to slowing that down. Even though Mixwell didn't get any eliminations off the back of that one-way, slowing them down was one of the most important aspects. Now, they do lose a player early on here in the round over on the B site, as, again, they go for that aggressive play. And it actually is the Phoenix that's currently dead. It's not the bug this time around.
Carlos finding himself on the bitter end of a couple of those duels down long. Needs to be a little bit more careful with that. But the Phantom there, going to try to take it. Link will find himself on the return end of a couple of bullets coming out from Mixwell. Now the odds starting to stack a little bit back into Spain's favor, back to a 4v4, and they'll swing aggressively down long. It's going to be Boaster that finds one. That'll be Crypt that tries to finish it up, but won't have the damage. And now down to a 3v3 as Team UK, running for the hills, make their way towards A.
Crypt's got to be careful there. Almost got caught smoke shuffling as well. Went to potentially smoke things off, realized pretty quickly wouldn't have the time. It's going to fall onto Fatino here, who's over on the A site. The Roomba going out, going to clear that position out. All it took was that one click, and now they know that he's here. There's their ult coming in, and it's enough to finish him off around the corner. So Soul going to pick off Fatino, and the spike going to get planted here, but as it does, Mixwell picks one up. A second for Mixwell as well, and a third. Mixwell gets 4 on the round. A huge retake coming in from the Viper.
Wow. Like, just when you think that Team UK are finding these small victories, it's Team Spain that end up on top with the big victories. Most importantly, you know, having now that round lead. Looking at that replay, Mixwell, great one way, but then just in a beautiful position, and that swing around the corner behind U-Haul not going to be enough. And just time and time again, down to 80 HP there, had more than enough than he needed. 8 kills for him, starting off already. And only 2 deaths. That's very impressive considering they've already lost those 2 rounds. So those are the only rounds that he did end up falling. But now moving on to the 6th. Team UK really need to strategize moving forward how they're going to make their way towards Spain. That'll be a great start here for Carlos. He swings with run it back, but that'll be the clone that dissipates. And Soulcast gonna find a great frag onto Yuri. And now here comes Carlos again with the swing, but can't connect with the frag.
4-on-3 advantage for Spain. Never mind. The res comes in from length, so the Sage able to bring Breach back into play. Now Mixwell is in a very advanced position, already in the spawn, pushing through the wishbone. So already back behind this attacking side. Had he continued to push, likely would have been greeted with several players from UK. Mixwell's position is going to be good, but it's not going to be great because he's not going to be able to help out Sova here, who's on the site playing back in spawn. But from a retake potential, Mixwell going to be able to help coming in from an awkward position. I like this. The toxic screen is down on site, and Mixwell's playing it with it right now, trying to delay the inevitable. Now Mixwell is moving into position. Mixwell going to be in a prime position to take down several players. Catches one on the other side of that smoke. They don't even get the call out. On screen has no idea what's going on. It comes down to Cryptix, who does at least pick off one. Going to go through that port and try and head over towards the B site, but Carlos hadn't even fully rotated yet. So Carlos is currently here, tapped away at by the Cypher. 12 seconds left. Cryptix trying to get onto the site. Goes for the plant. Might be able to get this one off. They're already pushing onto the site. Does end up getting the dedication on the spike, but the retake is already through. Crip picking him off right after the spike gets dropped on the site. So it will be the round going the way of Spain.
You know, very doable in that 1v2 scenario, of course, but unfortunately not going to be in the cards. Mixwell, great position coming out from him. As well as Fitinho, I think they swung together, and I think that was, you know, the recipe for disaster when it came towards that A-site push. And that's kind of the way that Viper, I feel like, needs to be played, using your own utility as kind of a setup for yourself. Blocking off that entrance toward A, they had to kind of blind peek or blind push, and Mixwell from behind just capitalizing on a great position. Now, moving on to that following round, Spain has won 4 straight, and Team UK still yet to put one back on the board. Starting to wonder if they are going to be able to do so, because this Team Spain roster, they've got ultimates across the board, they've got weapons, they've got everything they need, but it's Team UK with the full buy.
Nice shot coming out there from the Sova. Mixwell, despite being flashed, able to pick one off. And the orb is going to obscure vision. Mixwell actually ends up getting 3 from that position. Not sure how that even happens. The recon dart is going to go down, so they're going to try and flush out the position here on Boaster, who is now alone. It's a 1-on-4. So quickly things swung towards Spain's favor. Boaster at least able to get up into the corner here and not get spotted. But there's no anticipation of a potential B play. Everyone's sticking around over towards A. Carlos still playing towards B. Hasn't heard a peep. So they're going to continue to anchor this. But as I say that, they start to pull the brim away, realizing, okay, there's a possibility he's gone. That recon dart just barely misses the position he's playing from.
He's going to make his way ever so slightly around the corner, just making sure that he can do it safely. The spray up in heaven, trying to find that Silva player. 22 HP in a dream. And up against a 1v4. Gonna get that spike down for a little extra credit. But unfortunately, that homework still needs to get done. Now swinging around the corner. Won't find a kill. It's Crip finishing us off. Getting that another round win. And Team Spain now starting to create a pretty handy lead. 5-2. A 3-round advantage. Having a quick look at that replay. Fitinho and Mixwell. Look at that spray down through the blind too. Using that one-way to his advantage. It gave him extra cover with that push there from the side of Team UK, and just beautiful stuff. Now I understand why he's on, you know, one of the best teams in Valorant.
(5-2), the Spanish side. Currently dominating after losing the pistol and the round that followed. They took over. And it's been round after round, even when the UK looked like they were poised to take it. Not able to. So it's the Spanish side currently rebounding off that first round lost against Team Finland, where they went down 13-8. The UK was strong in their victory over Germany 13-5. There's still plenty of time left, so possibilities obviously are there for the team on attack currently. Mixwell, again, getting aggressive. Mixwell, when he's feeling it, he's going to be a seriously big problem for anyone he faces off against. And currently, he's got all the intel. You can see they're pulling players away, sending more to support this B site. So Mixwell on the flank, sees the tripwire and decides to fall back after taking it out. So they're going to lose that flank play, and they're going to also lose Carlos on the site. Crip is there to at least pick off and get the trade. They're trying to get their way onto this B site, but as I say that, the bomb is actually heading the backside of B. They haven't really fully dedicated. Even though the brim is pushed all the way up in elbow, the spike is still sitting back, way back towards spawn. So a bit of a misfire here from the attack, as they had multiple bodies committed to the B site, and they lose them for almost no reason.
You know, one of the interesting things about this match is there's two teams right now at the top of European Valorant, Fish123 and Prodigy. Team UK containing 3 components of Fish123, while Team Spain only containing 1 element of Team Prodigy. The other members are scattered around the various teams, but Mixwell doing his work and showing that he's a crucial member of Team Prodigy, or at least the team that plays together. Now we're seeing him at work here too. Quick kills, headshot after headshot. Not able to find that third, but it's Fatinho with the Hunter's Fury to capitalize on that positioning. Finds the frag, and that's going to be 6-2 here for Spain. Again, just one round after another. A great start for this team.
The tremor comes down from the breach and slows that fire rate, but it doesn't seem to make a difference because Mixwell just clicks heads. Look at this. Fast shot on the first, and just a few bullets needed to take down the second as well. Great play coming out from Mixwell. We're going to be saying that a lot throughout the day, as it is Team Spain up 6-2. The bye coming in from the UK as they continue to try to put some numbers up on the boards, but they're just having a hard time getting past this defensive line, mostly anchored down by the Viper. Now an aggressive play here from Carlos will result in his early demise. There's a res coming out right off the back of that, so they're able to bring him back into the play, and they tried to trade it out. They tried to pick up that kill again, but not going to happen.
Oh, I like this from Mixwell. He sees the camera but doesn't take it down, constantly watching it to make sure he's not spotted, and look who's there around the corner. It's Link. He takes him down. I'm so impressed with Mixwell's play. And one of those things that's super key is his ability to play around the map and to have those lurking positions on a Viper of all things. He could be using the Phoenix, could be using something like the Breach to help him push in, but using the Viper and just having great game sense. Now the push in here from the side of Team UK. They're looking towards B. The orbital strike not going to really do the ticket, but it's on screen with the aftershock that finds Crib. And now 40 seconds, they have to plant the spike.
Yuri backing off as the satchel comes through. A self-heal coming out. Can't quite get the rifle back out, but does. Another kill for Yuri on the round as well. That's the spike being dropped. The final one going to come in from Carlos with the Ghost, going to the sidearm to secure number 7. Spain just absolutely dominant on this defense currently, 7-2, and it doesn't show signs of stopping here. UK just cannot seem to deal with Mixwell over on that A site. Mixwell getting aggressive, maybe only getting 1 elimination in the round, but just the positioning alone is so punishing. And then not only that, losing that Sage on a take, you no longer have that heal, you don't have the slow orbs, the wall potentially either. And speaking of Sage, look at Yuri with the 3-piece on the round. Strong play from the Sage here on the defensive side of Spain.
It was one of those things where those 2 members died, and the Cypher was like, hey, you guys are still alive, right? Like, you guys are good, right? And then he just finds one more after another. Great play coming out from him. Now moving on to that next round, 7-2. You know, looking at the scoreboards of the previous matches, you don't really feel like Spain could come out on top, but maybe they had a really tough adversary in that previous round. They're doing work up against Team UK, only having to put 2 rounds up on the board. We'll see if that remains to be the case in the second half. Still, it is a little ways away, 3 rounds to be exact, but Team UK trying to make a dent in the armor that is Team Spain, and that armor is titanium thick. Now looking towards A with 50 seconds left. Let's see how they execute on the site.
Sova flying that owl underneath that Venom Orb over on short. Again, it's the one-way coming out from Mixwell, who's now in this aggressive position, and Cryptix doesn't stand a chance. Mixwell's just so fast. Nice shot coming in from the op as well. Mixwell continues to spam through the smoke, but it's a 5-on-2 just like that. They try to go for this play up short A, and it just does not work out initially. Now, they have at least gotten up onto the site, but they can't really do much from this position. They need to get that spike down. They have to dodge the snake bite coming out from the Viper as well. So now the wall gets broken by Mixwell, who will find his third on the round, and Crypt finally peeks out from U-Haul. So yeah, sure, spike does get planted, but not a single elimination here for Team UK.
You know, I want to see the scoreboard after this round just to see where Mixwell is. Can he drop a 30 bomb? I think he can. He's one away from 20, maybe even the 40 bomb. That would be something impressive. But at this rate, Mixwell, he is just on top of the world. No one can stop him. Not any single member from the side of Team UK. I mean, this is supposed to be for fun, but he's making it look so easy, and really showing us how prepared he is for that full launch of Valorant.
UK looking for answers currently, not finding them. Again, we've got Yuri over on long with that wall, ready to lay it down to pick up that orb, get some orb control, and also play a little prevent defense. Stop UK from being able to get long control. You've got the op holding, so I like this setup. Carlos will call it out, so off the shot, the wall will come through. So it's just a matter of time before Carlos makes the call, and the wall will pop up. There's the shot, and there's the wall. Really good setup coming out here from Team Spain. Good coordination from this attacking side. We've got Yuri right around the corner. Yuri gets a little aggressive, but does at least take down the Sage, so it's Sage for Sage. The ult's going to come through. Crypt's going to get blasted out of position, just barely caught off by that Rolling Thunder. So it's a 2-on-3. The Neural Theft coming through, so they're going to spot out the player positions of both Mixwell and the Sova. Mixwell not able to gun them down before they make their way across over towards long. It's going to make the retake just a little bit harder.
Yeah, I did see two members jump in through wood. That's going to be the Viper Spit that comes through down to Mixwell all alone. The Viper Spit can be great cover. He can play in and out of it, pushing aggressively through the swing around the corner. That's going to be Cryptix that ends up falling. Has to make his way back to the pit. But from behind, it's on screen. Mr. Clean takes him down. And a round on the board here for the side of Team UK. Long-awaited round as we are in the final round of this first half.
Look at that performance from Mixwell. 20-7. The closest person has 9, and Yuri's been playing really well. So he's got 11 kills more than Yuri. That's actually huge. And he's actually also going to be able to gift away some weaponry here. So a couple of operators coming out into play. Carlos still just rocking the Ghost. So Carlos, despite the fact that this is the last round, there you go. I was going to say, something's up here. Carlos goes for the flash off the ult. I like the play, too, because I'm pretty sure he's got an operator waiting back for him. So there's the flashbang coming out. The flash not going to do too much. They still just spray away at the door. So Carlos goes down, but Carlos is going to swap over to the op now. So now he's going to sit inside Hookah with a completely different gun. But off the back of his teammate's elimination, he has to be careful. They could potentially push into this territory. So Flame Wall is going to go up, hot hands down on the ground. And Carlos is going to try to escape. So it'll be a man advantage for the UK here. And with no Sage Reds up, that's going to be a little bit tough for the defense to swallow.
Ooh, Carlos. Maybe not really feeling himself on the operator. Misses a shot onto the Roomba, which could have allowed him to kind of push in. That's going to be the showstopper. Finds Yuri. Not before Yuri finds the one that sent it. Coutinho there to capitalize onto the kill for Link. But down to a 2v3 that Spike will end up going down. We'll see how Mixwell and Coutinho are able to push back onto the site. Coutinho going to be making his way first. Cryptix hiding in the tuna can. The wall will go up to create a line of sight. That'll be the rotation around. That'll be Mixwell that falls down. And Cryptix with 2, putting 1 on the board for the round. An 8-4 half for the side of Team Spain. They will be the ones that are leading that charge. And now moving into the second, it is Team UK on defense. Can they defend? Can they defend this successful Team Spain roster who have just been time and time again relentless on that first half? Will we see that same attack style come out from Team Spain, or will Team UK just have a much better time in this half?
Definitely interested to see how things are going to develop here as we switch over. We watched that last match with Team Turkey, It was a close game in the first half. Turkey very much was trading blows with France, but then once we switched sides, things shifted a little bit. And we saw France take over, and Turkey was not able to pull enough out of the hat to come up with the victory. You've got the camera in position up high inside of Hookah. So they'll be able to send some darts down into the tops of skulls. This is kind of a known position for a camera placement, though, from a Cypher. So unlikely that we'll see multiple darts landed. Here comes the push up long, though, as everyone from the UK side trying to play defense here. You've got that toxic screen going up. Link in position, does spot one with the tripwire, trying to lay down some damage through that toxic screen. Not able to do so. The first one to peek through will be Carlos. That would be the Phoenix. Vitinho here, back of sight already. They've made their way up into the elbow, and the Owl drone just dodging shots somehow, surviving for way longer than you would anticipate. Spike's still not planted, so even though Team Spain has made their way out onto the site, they haven't been able to plant that spike. And yeah, like you said, Mixwell lurking over on A. This is why you haven't seen it. Mixwell's going to pick one off and spawn. Mixwell not able to get the follow-up, so they might fall back off that. But it felt kind of odd. They were on the B site, like all the way up on B, and they don't go for the spike plant.
30 seconds on the clock. They're going to sprint down towards the wishbone, but slow walk back. And now that's going to be Raze pushing in Soulcast, trying to find information down short, but not able to see. But won't find it onto Link. Soulcast now. Oh, Vitinho. He's going to try to find two. Finds another. Finds a third. And an easy round for the side of Team UK.
Nice retake coming out from the Rays, just doing everything single-handedly. Doesn't need the Sage, doesn't need the Brim. Don't worry, I'll put the team on my back and carry us to victory. A round that they desperately needed, because if you looked at that first half, they didn't really win much outside of the pistol in the round that followed. Look at this. Right behind the Sova, a bullet back to the skull. Carlos caught off guard trying to go through that smoke as well. The only one that actually takes a direct fight with Soulcast is the Brim Crip on site, and it doesn't go their way. So the buy will come out, and it'll feature 2 Bulldogs, 3 SMGs. No force buy like we saw in the previous game, but we're going to have the Sheriff come out for Mixwell, the Shorty in the hands of Crip, a Frenzy, and then 2 Classics.
It's going to be the name of the game here for the side of Team Spain. Kind of waiting to see what they end up doing, but going to be in their hands as they will now start to make their way into a short. But still, Boaster on the opposite side, waiting in the wings. Hearing that Roomba come through. And, oh, that's going to be a kill that comes through. It'll be onto Crip, still waiting for the rest of Team Spain to funnel through. But it is the eco for them. And they will back away, losing a member right near the U-Haul. And now the rotation back towards B. Will they do something funky like they did last time? Or will it be a standard play? And what we've seen from Team Spain, nothing is standard when you have Mixwell on your team.
Mixwell is leading the charge currently with that Sheriff working up long B over towards the site. You've got Cryptics playing inside the tuna can, potentially going to be a snack for Mixwell to chomp on. You've also got Link over here in the cubby. You've got the wall coming out from Link. So the wall will allow Cryptics to play out from inside tuna can and kind of just pick them off as they come around the corner, but it doesn't work out so well. The combination of height coming out from Vitinho and the numbers pushing in makes it difficult. Now they do lose the spike as they're able to pick off a few here. Soulcast does eventually go down to who else other than Mixwell, but Mixwell will be finished as the molly lands at his ankles. A 6th round for the UK, but a bloody one coming in from them.
This will be their opportunity to start laying on some rounds back into their favor. 6-8. Team UK started off the half 8-4, but this will be Team Spain opportunity with the full buy to have the weapons to play. That 3rd round being a very difficult one for the opposition. If they do win the pistol in the round that follows, may not have the weaponry to really compete with assault rifles across the board. We'll see how they shape up here, but Team Spain looking for another one back on the board in their favor. Starting off this second half, not winning 2 rounds can be quite rough, but now with the weaponry to play, they will look towards victory. So far, the setup, a little bit more standard, just spread out across the map, not really peeking down long, but Mixwell very aggressively into Hookah on the opposite side and aggression towards Showers, and his Team UK giving up a lot of control and space for Team Spain to play.
Crip able to spot out Solcast, so the player who was big in pistol, pivotal for the UK, currently on the opposite side, down and out. Again, the scoreboard's a little wonky, so we do apologize for that. It's just, second half, it really bugs out. The developers are apparently aware of the problem, and they're working on a fix, but likely not going to see that until full launch release. The toxic screen coming out from Mixwell over towards the B site does kind of give them the ability to push towards elbow. They used this wall in pistol, got control of elbow and back hall, and then didn't really do anything with it. Decided to go actually across the map somewhere else. You've got the wall down in hookah, so they're spamming away at the ice, trying to carve a path onto the site. There's the owl drone leading them in, though, and that's going to spot out Cryptix, who's inside the tuna can, waiting for the ticks on the recon dart to stop. Can't go one direction, has to go into the snake bite, potentially. The wall comes out from the Sage, and it's actually Link who gets two. That's huge. Boaster also able to pick off one other, so now it's down to a 3-on-2, and now just a 1-on-3. Mixwell, you can't even do anything about it. There's not enough time left on the clock, despite the precise aim coming in on these last three. It's a highlight reel, but the round is already lost.
Oof. Unfortunate stuff. Hey, at the very bare minimum, knocks down the economy from the side of Team UK, and you'll see that they don't really have the economy to really play at the highest possible level. Bulldog here, you know, another Bulldog there, a couple of Phantoms. It's not ideal. And that is something that you definitely do not see after that third round. Usually a couple more members will survive. They'll have the weaponry from the previous rounds, but not going to be in the cards for them here, as we are seeing a little bit of a budget buy, but not too bad. Orbital Strike going to start us off. Fault line to follow up, but no one will be on the opposing side of that to try to push through. Fatinho leading that charge towards A. With that toxic screen going up, they may look towards a push. Carlos leading that charge with Flash, but that's not going to be enough to see anyone on the other side. On screen with the spray, not going to connect to anyone. That's going to be the showstopper as well. But still, it's just utility after utility, ultimate after ultimate, and no one going to be affected by it.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Oh, and already a couple of those kills starting to open up. It's Crip, it's Mixwell. They've got that spike planted. Soulcast going to try to turn things back around. And now, still two members on the side at 3v2. A very doable scenario here for the side of Team UK. Link making his way up into heaven, but will he rain from above? The buddy system into a Soulcast will swing together. They're going to be hiding in some very interesting places, and Soulcast now looking through the showers. Carlos on the other side. The spray won't connect, but taken down to just 35 HP, and it's Mixwell time and time again. Just frag after frag will find all the kills he needs, putting Team Spain back on the board, back in the lead, 7-9.
Yeah, if we can, let's go ahead and pull up that scoreboard and take a peek at how things are looking. Mixwell, 28 kills, almost on 30 kills here with 16 rounds played, moving into round 17. Neither team on double digits yet, so still opportunity here for Mixwell. There's a possibility that Mixwell could drop 40 in this. Depending on how the score starts to stack up, we could see a 40 bomb from Mixwell. It would be absolutely insane. Now, I like the setup here in Hookah. The double shorty crossfire. You'd love to see it. Let's see if the owl drone kind of ruins the play, though. Yep, there's the peek off the owl drone. But it's actually a shorty kill elsewhere. Solcast picks off Ocelot. Mixwell was the one that took down the Brim. Cryptix over in the corner. They know that he's still here. The recon bolt ruining everything. The molly is down as well. Can't even really peek. The flames burn so fast. So Cryptix will go down. A quick rotate coming through from the port. They don't anticipate that. The doors were open, and Soulcast takes advantage of it. And on the flank, you've got one more, but it's not going to matter. Mixwell already ready for it. Another round for Team Spain, as they have now hit double digits, and Mixwell has hit 30.
Yeah, a very rough round indeed, but now for the side of Team UK, they'll have the economy to full buy. Should see a little bit more of a respectful round from them as they pushed in quite aggressively. Of course, they had, in certain situations, the intel to push in. We saw that early kill from Soulcast with the shorty through the showers, allowed them to gain control of that kind of right half, but still Team Spain coming out on top and putting two on the board in a row. So for them, it means the opportunity to close this one out early, but still Team UK are fighting hard. But 7 to 10, they're 2 away from map point.
Got that Viper ult ready, but it's just a little awkward and clumsy sometimes on the attacking side. Not always so easy. Mixwell actually goes down early, so Mixwell trying to make a hero play over on the A side, pushes up on short and drops to on screen. Now the nade's going to come through from the port on the backside. Does a little bit of damage to the attackers who are currently sitting in hookah. Scratching damage to some, but you can only heal so many. And the heal was sent on to Crip, who immediately goes down to Boaster. Meanwhile, on the other side, on screen is going to go through the port, uses that flash, and now the charge going to come through the backside of hookah as well. The spike's going to be dropped, and it's all going to fall onto Carlos here. Carlos able to pick off on screen, coming in from the backside, but spike very much difficult to be gathered up. No, they actually don't have anyone really playing this aggressive. That dot through the wall misleading, as it's actually the player on site, not inside hookah, but it doesn't seem to matter too much. With the clock ticking down, really didn't have a choice and has to go right into the face of Boaster.
It does feel like Team UK having a little bit more of a comfortable time on this defensive side. And what that means for Team Spain is I think the rounds will go down to the wire. It may even up at like 11-11, and it'll be just up to a couple of rounds to really be the difference maker. And I think both these teams need to walk away with a win to do well within their group. So for Team UK, if they push forward, I think they'll have a 2-0 start in first. Spain, if they don't win, they will be 0-2 in the groups, and their chances of moving on will start to slim down. Very important for them to continue their domination, especially off of the back of Fatinho and Mixwell. Speaking of the two, moving now towards A, but carefully together. A quick sheriff shot onto on-screen, going to open things up. But Soulcast, he's got other plans. The double jump is good, but that'll be Fatinho that trades him back around. In a 4v3 Team UK, they have to figure things out. And where is that bomb going? We're about to find out.
There's the res coming in on short from Yuri. Fatinho able to come back into active play. So it'll give a two-man advantage here to the attacking side. Boaster looks like he's ready to drop that ult, and there it is. The orbital strike comes out. Link peeks, takes down Mixwell. That's a huge one to pick up as they continue to try to get out onto the site. The neural theft going to come out from the Cypher. The recon dart is down as well. There's one trapped behind the default, but there's the attacking side's ult. So ult for ult, trade for trade. Spike will be planted, and it results in a 3-on-3.
Yeah, still Team UK have to make their way towards that spike, defuse it if they can. Resurrection's called through, and they'll start to funnel in. A herd of wildebeests will make their way out to the site, and they are looking to do some business. Carlos here is going to find one, still looking for another. Rolling Thunder going to put him in trouble, and he's going to find two, still has the Vandal in tow. But with that spike ticking, it's all up to Cryptix. He's got to be finding his way back towards. That's Carlos that's in trouble. Hides behind the box. It's the run it back as well, and that's the spray down. Doesn't have enough ammo as he goes deep in the mag, and with the spike taking down, that'll be the kill going over to the Cryptic. Can't defuse the spike, so a round going over to Team Spain.
Team Spain now 11-8, 2 rounds away from closing things out. I mean, it's mostly been the Spanish side controlling the scoreboard. Take a look at the replay as well. You've got Ocelot here, the Phoenix. 1-2 punch from the Ocelot, or from the Phoenix, excuse me, from Ocelot. Just strong play coming out from Carlos. 20 kills coming out from the Raze. Soulcast having a pretty solid game, but it's not enough to contend with Mixwell, who's currently on 31 and now goes over to the op. I'm pretty sure we saw Mixwell mostly rocking a rifle in that first half, but Mixwell's going to use the op here to try and push aggressively on short, maybe pick off the player on top of APC or pick off one towards heaven. They're jump peeking. Does Mixwell hit it? Yes, he does! To the face, no less. Great shot from Mixwell.
Like, how much of a specimen do you need to be to play at that caliber level? Mixwell, I am impressed. Can't wait to see more from you as we move on into the further rounds. They will have control of this A site now, getting off the back of that frag on screen, trying to get that spray down, but of course Barrier Orb on the other side going to stop him from getting some of that damage to Crip. Roaming through the showers, we'll find on screen. That's going to have that defense start to fall apart. With that spike ticking down, they look to defend. That spray down through the box. Cryptex with one. He's going to find a second. They will start to even things out. The Hunter's Fury going to put Boaster in trouble. Will it connect? That'll be one. Still looking for that second, but Fatinho somehow finds somebody else instead. But now down to the 3v3. They'll make their way through the U-Haul. Yuri going to find one. Not able to convert. Fatinho now looking around the corner, making sure that that spike doesn't get diffused. Cryptex somehow, and I believe this may be the diffuse. Mixwell with the op, not able to follow through, and a round back on the board for Team UK.
Mixwell goes to that op, hits this dirty shot, absolutely raunchy shot on the Soulcast, but the op kind of gets a little clumsy there towards the end as he's not able to battle out in that 1v2, was playing a little bit too far away from the play. So Spike will get defused. A good round coming in from the UK. This game is far from over yet. It's only 11-9, so it's not like this is match point guaranteed. Potential here for a comeback coming in from the UK, but really going to have to find a way to continue to neutralize Mixwell. That's been the biggest problem. Crypt, meanwhile, spots one as they push into the showers, but there's the trade. So an immediate fire back, a clap back coming in from Boaster to make things a 4-on-4.
Yeah, but taking a quick look at some of the weaponry that Team Spain have, it's pistols in tow, so not able to correctly duel with what they would like. But now the rotation is called through the portal. They'll make their way over towards Dust. Now they will try to divide and conquer, split double duty. Mixwell taking most of the heavy lifting, looking towards A short. We're looking at Link's perspective right now, holding on towards that B side as the rest of the team starting to hope that no one pushes on towards A. They're ready for a gunfight, but it's Team Spain that are waiting for that opportunity. It looks like a res will be called here to even the odds back around. Of course, there is one dead in the showers, but now one dead in the short. Boaster going to find Fatinho. Mixwell trying to find that refrag, but no one is around that corner. But a great shot with the op, going to open things up. And now they are going to start to spray down. Boaster and Cryptex on double duty. Orbital strike after orbital strike comes through. Mixwell through the fire and the flames, trying to use that operator, but still down to a 2v1. It's up to Link to defuse this spike and clutch the round.
Mixwell ran into the molly, held for a second, then went back into the smoke, almost walked into the brimhold. You've got Link coming in, though, spotted by Mixwell, so the missed shot going to give a little bit of an opportunity here for Link. Does Link clear this close corner? Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Nope, never mind. Link goes for the peek, but it's a good setup with Mixwell watching the back end of that push. Mixwell will hit the shot with the operator, guaranteeing a 12th round here for Team Spain.
Ooh. Map point here for the side of Team Spain, and it's looking a little grim for the side of Team UK. If we take a quick look at that scoreboard just to see what the economy looks like, we'd love to see what we're dealing with when it comes to weaponry. And having a look, Soulcast, top of the leaderboards with a Bucky. So trying to scrounge out a couple of pennies and dimes just to have some weaponry to play with. Don't have the heavy armor. They are banking on a lot of aggression. You look at their positioning, and we're seeing a quick shot from Mixwell onto Boaster, punishing that aggression. Crip as well to follow up. It is looking rough for Team UK.
Link here right around the corner with the Ares. Oh, I love this. They're not going to anticipate this position from Link, so there's a possibility of a play coming out here from the Sage with a little bit of peculiar hardware. Meanwhile, Mixwell picks off another that's on screen going down. Swaps over to the SMG, actually going to swap over to the rifle. Right in his face, though, is going to be Cryptex. Good setup coming out there from Cryptex, but it all falls onto Cryptex. It's a 1-on-4. The Neural Theft does go down, so spots the players on site. Has to take that initial duel with the Brim, gets knocked down to 16 HP. Going to be even harder, and you can see the jiggling intensifying. Cryptex knows this is all but over.
Oh.
There's Carlos waiting in spawn. 13-9. Team Spain takes the victory over the UK.
Of course, it's Carlos that is there with that final kill. I can imagine just him screaming right now, yelling and chanting. Has to be happy about that win. Of course, they may have not had the greatest start to the group stage, but that has to give them the confidence moving forward in the rest of the group. Happy to see them win. Of course, Team UK needs to go back, re-strategize, rethink how they're going to move forward. And with 3 members from Fish 123, I have no doubt that they'll come back strong.
Yeah, but Mixwell. I mean, that is really the story of the game. It's all Mixwell all day. Mixwell, former professional Counter-Strike player, obviously, most notably with Cloud9 towards the end of his career. He is just lighting things up. Over 30 kills in that game. Fantastic performance time and time again. It was a highlight reel round coming in from Mixwell. And he pretty much single-handedly won, I'd say, at least 5 rounds coming in for Team Spain, maybe more. While that game was live, also, we had some other games play out. So Finland was able to beat Germany 13-6, and Turkey absolutely crushed the Balkans. So Turkey, off the back of that first round loss, comes back and comes out swinging against the Balkans, wins 13-1.
I think that's great. I think that's great information to share because we still got Team Turkey fans in the chat. They've still nonstop been spamming, and some of the other regions, other fans from other regions are kind of still having this battle between which region is the best. Of course, this tournament is all for fun, but there's still a prize pool on the line. I believe it's 10,000 euros to go over to that first place spot. Of course, you can find all the information that you need at g2esports.com/brawl. Follow the standings, follow the tournament. You can even watch the stream from that portal there as well. Everything you need to know in a nice little box, g2esports.com/brawl. Of course, for us, still looking towards some of the future group stage matches that we have. A lot of the repercussions of the matches, like we talked about, have already been played out. Interested to see who makes it out of groups and faces off against some very difficult opponents in the semifinals, or sorry, in the quarterfinals with Team Scream and Team Sweden.
Yeah, it's 10,000 euros for first place, 2,500 euros for second. So it's first and second place only. That's a 2,000 euro prize pot per player. That's some serious cash coming in at the tail end of the beta phase. Again, this is pretty much going to be the last tournament before the game goes fully live next week. So June 2nd, the game goes live. It's going to be sad to say goodbye for even just a short period of time, as I've been loving pouring myself into this game from both the broadcast and a playing side. And eventually I'll make sure we bring up what rank you are in the game on broadcast so we can make
Oh, no. Why are you going to do it? I am saving myself for the full launch. You know, still playing unrated games, still hanging out, still just enjoying the game, just trying to feel it out. Why you got to put me on the spot that I haven't played rank? Let me have my moment when I finally boot up. I'll do my placements, and then I'll end up in Diamond after, a couple months. But we'll get there. We'll get there, okay? We'll get there.
It's going to take you a couple months just to get to Diamond? I don't know. I think you got high hopes.
Hey, I'm going to work hard. I'm going to get there. I believe in myself, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. Of course, I wish we knew what some of the placements were of some of the players that we're watching. I can imagine that there are probably a lot of Immortals, but I wonder who is not, or who is not Valorant in this tournament. That'd be kind of a great thing to see as well.
I'd imagine Mixwell is very likely a Valorant ranked player, but I'd say most of these guys are probably sitting at like Immortal 2 or 3 level. The thing is, it's a fluid rank. It can change at any given point. Some of the guys that I play with are Immortal 3, and they win multiple games, and they can't seem to make it into Valorant. It's very difficult to get to that Valorant rank. And others, they win 7 games, lose 1, but I don't know what happens. For some reason, it's enough to just push them down a peg. I'm not sure on all of the dynamics of the ranking system, whether there's a hard lock on the number of Valorant players possible based on the population. That's certainly possible, or maybe the ELO is just a little bit more punishing at a higher level. Really not sure. Now, looking at our future games, I'm really curious to see who's going to be making it into the playoffs. Right off the bat, Finland looked good in their game against Spain. They beat Spain. They beat Germany. So Finland looking strong. We mentioned Finland having a bit more of a peculiar roster, but it seems to be working out. They've got a former Overwatch player, a former Dota pro player, and